I want to hear your point of view from the Ray Knight Eric
Oh
Davis fight,
yeah,
because
yeah,
for me that was epic. I forget how old I was. I was below 10 years old, but it was to see that. I remember thinking like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are going to
yeah.
kill each other." There was
Gonna
dust
kill each other.
flying. But I want your point of view from that fight.
Well, I had gone into shortstop, I think the inning before that. So when the Reds back then were incredibly good. I mean, they were really a good team. Um, they ended up winning, I think, a couple years later, but they had a good ball club. I mean, we had a lot of respect for them. Eric Davis, Dave Parker, all those guys. I know I'm missing some, but they had a good team, and we respected them a lot. And then we were having that kind of a season in '86, and there was a lot of activity going on. I think Pete Rose might have been still involved at that point. I don't remember on all that clearly, but yeah. So Eric slides into third base. He's kind of a pop up slide, not dirty or anything, but just Ray was a former Gold Gloves guy, so he was very familiar with punching, and Eric kind of slid into him, and it was just that time of the game. It was really late. I don't remember if the game was tied or what the score was, but that might have been the winning run, and they just reacted. I mean, Ray, he was having a great season, and he just pushed all the right buttons that year, and he had it. So he boom popped him, and it was on at that point. It was just like flat out, and he did not. We fought the Reds a lot, so if I did have to nail one thing down, that was the one team that we fought the most was Cincinnati. Second team would be Pittsburgh. But Cincinnati would always drill guys, and we would always fight them, and that's just the way it was. So it was just kind of an extension of the other fights, '86. So yeah, being a shortstop, seeing it all right there. My goal is just to get in the middle, start trying to pull guys away, making sure you're not getting popped in the process. Which happens, it's going to happen, or end up at the bottom of the pile. You don't want to be you don't want to be that guy. So you're trying to help your guys by pulling them off. Really.
You feel like greenies had something to do with that, because I was com- because I was coming into the big leagues as greenies were coming out, but in the minor leagues when I was playing, like guys would take greenies, and it was like it would turn guys around. I mean, not saying like one specific person had them, but guys would have them day game.
Oh
You're
yeah,
you're just a different person. Do you feel like that had something to do with the fights?
100%. I mean, that's sure that's part of it because if you could give guys, uh, you know, downers and things and bring them down, you give them uppers and stuff. It's gonna put them through the roof. Didn't they give that to guys in the military before they went to fight? So it was just one of those things where it was just a pill that guys, not everybody took them, but it was out there. It was widespread available to players. Because you're playing every day, and I always tell people when they ask me about drugs and all that stuff, I go, steroids really isn't about strength as much as it is about recovery. Um, because I remember talking to I mean the guys that I saw on my team like Lenny, he got big, he got big and strong and started hitting homers, but it was really about recovery for him. Barry Bonds, I remember watching him on TV, and just you know travel is what gets guys out of the game. So they take stuff for that. And when you're traveling at night, from one place to another, you get in at 2 or 3 in the morning. You got to beat the field again. It's just a long day. It's a short night. You got to be ready. And sometimes mentally, guys feel like they needed that help. Okay, like think of a cup of coffee, but 100 times that. So you're just I don't know. It makes you feel like you have an edge. I didn't. Whenever I took them, very rarely I took greenies. But when I did, it made me too hyper, so I just stayed off of it because I felt too good. I felt too wired up, too amped. So I stopped, and I could always tell when I was playing like in Chicago. We'd go there, it was a day game, and I love playing in the day games. But the pitchers on the mound, because it was hot, Wind's blowing out usually. Summertime. They're not taking anything for it, and I could just tell they didn't want to be out there. So I figure I had a little bit of an advantage at that point. And so I liked going out there, as he used to say, naked and playing the game. And that's I mean, it's gone now. It's over. I mean, I don't think there's, besides like you said, the Adderall. That's the legalized version, I guess. But
We're stepping aside for a quick sec to shout out our partnership with Shady Rays. And we're also going to show off some of the FT fam rocking the shades. AJ thinks he's an agent whenever he puts those on, and Locane's loving what he's got. I mean, here's the deal, okay? You're probably paying way too much cash for your sunglasses. And Shady Rays is here with premium polarized shades that will not break the bank. They've got you covered. These are quality shades. They are built to last, and they offer the most ridiculous protection plan. I mean that in a good way. In all of eyewear, every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacement protection. If you lose your pair, if you break your pair, even the first day you get it, like you take it out and then you're like, I don't know where I put it right away. They told us they'll send a brand new pair, no questions asked. So you can wear them with confidence because they've got your back. That's why we're such a big fan of what they're doing over there. And of course, they're also providing much needed support to nonprofit partners across the United States through the Shady Rays Impact Program. So we're also going to announce exclusively for Foul Territory watchers and listeners and Legends Territory and Fair Territory, anyone in the Foul Territory fam, Shady Rays giving out their best deal of the season. Just go to shadyrays.com, use the code FOUL, FOUL, all caps, please, for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. And if you get them, post a pic, send them to us on our Foul Territory socials so we can tell AJ and maybe Locane that you guys look even better than they do. So make sure you get yourself a pair.